Even when we lose a loved one, it's possible that their presence continues to watch over us from somewhere. The protagonist of this story is a woman who in the summer of 2024 lost her husband in a sudden and tragic way. He apparently carried a deep fatigue in his soul, and one day he decided to end his own life, leaving behind his wife and his young son. Since then, the family lived with a deep emptiness in their hearts. Time passed, and about 8 months after the husband's passing, something happened that broke the silence and pain that had settled in their lives. One afternoon, while the family was getting ready to go out, the little son was standing on the terrace in front of the entrance to the house. Suddenly, he started making gestures as if he were talking to his father, who shouldn't have been there. The scene was recorded by a security camera installed at the entrance.
Dad! How have you been? I'm going out for a while.
The boy seems to be talking to his father with a tender and longing gesture, as if he wants one last hug. He seems to be saying goodbye to him. A boy talking to his father. Was the spirit of that father really there, and only the little one could see him? And maybe, even though we can no longer see their form, our loved ones always remain by our side, watching over the family they love. The following video was recorded by a group of young people in the United States during a nighttime car trip. What started as a normal trip soon turned into an encounter with a most sinister character.
No, no, no.
Lion, lion, oh my god, lion, lion. Lion.
Damn.
What the hell?
Look, it's not scary. Say boo. See?
While the young people were watching outside from the car, a strange figure suddenly appeared in front of them on the road. It looked so grotesque, like it came from a horror movie. He had his face covered with a creepy mask and was holding a sign that said "Free Hugs." As you would expect, the young people panicked, rejected his offer, locked the doors, and got ready to speed away, but the clown didn't chase them. He simply vanished into the darkness of the night. At first glance, it might seem like a simple prank, but the most disturbing thing about this story is that it was later discovered that this Free Hugs clown was spotted again. That same night, in several states across the United States, multiple videos appeared on TikTok showing a clown with the same appearance, the same behavior, and the same sign. Although many believe that it's simply a prank orchestrated for social media, some witnesses claimed that the clown silently chased them. That obviously adds a more dangerous aspect to it, which goes beyond a simple prank. What is the truth behind this clown? Maybe next time he'll show up in your city. In this Reddit user's post, 2 different videos capture frankly creepy moments. In the first clip, we don't see the electronic voice phenomenon device activate. The user starts recording right after it supposedly happened. But if you look closely, you can see what seems to be a shadowy figure in the background. In the second video recorded later, the chills only increase as that same shadowy presence seems to appear again, moving across the frame. Seeing it in both clips makes everything even more unsettling. See for yourself. Spotting that shadowy figure not in one, but in both clips, takes this from a strange coincidence to something much more unsettling. Whether it's a trick of the light, someone off camera, or something truly paranormal, the fact that it appears twice is hard to ignore. Obviously, it leaves you wondering who or what was there all that time. This video was recorded by a man in California whose house began to experience unexplained phenomena. Strange noises, moving objects, and paranormal events began disrupting his daily life. Terrified by these events, he decided to install security cameras throughout the house to try to capture these strange phenomena. What he recorded exceeded his worst nightmares.
This detects any sound here. That's why I'm sitting in front of the camera, to find out what's happening here.
Max, damn it!
Is there anyone here? There's a wall.
In the recordings, you can see how the doors of the rooms open and close by themselves, and the kitchen chairs move without anyone touching them. Without a doubt, a classic case of poltergeist, as if an invisible presence inhabited the place. To try to find out what was happening, the owner of the house decided to use a Ouija board to contact the spirits. Although he didn't get any major answers during the session, what happened the next day was simply terrifying.
I'm going to try everything. I doubt the paranormal equipment will work, but I can try it. What the hell was that? You can see it, damn it. Let's get this out of my way. My right. What the hell?
Tell me yes, I saw that, damn it.
I think it's still there.
What the hell is a damn kid doing in my backyard?
What the hell?
Hello? Boy.
While I was recording a video, one of the backyard lights turned on. Suddenly, when he pointed the camera at the noise, he saw a dark, human-shaped silhouette in the yard. It didn't look like a person or an animal. Frightened, he slammed the window. When he looked again, the dark figure was gone. It had come closer and was right next to the house. He checked once more, and the silhouette had disappeared without leaving any trace. The man was convinced that the Ouija session was what attracted this entity to his home. Since then, he claims that the feeling of being watched and the sounds of footsteps have intensified. To this day, he continues to ask viewers for help in finding a way to stop these phenomena. And the terror and anguish have only continued to grow. Is that presence still lurking in the house? In this post from a Reddit user, he shows us a strange and sinister looking doll that already gives off an unsettling energy. According to him, the doll had supposedly been making some kind of strange noise at night, although that part wasn't caught on camera. Just seeing it up close is enough to send a chill down your spine. Its unsettling features are so unpleasant, it feels like it's staring back at you. The unsettling appearance of that doll is enough to give you goosebumps. But knowing it reportedly made strange noises at night makes it worse. Whether it's just an old creepy toy or something with a darker presence attached to it. One thing is for sure, it's the kind of object you wouldn't want to have in your house when night falls. The video we're going to explore was recorded by a YouTuber abroad and shows a truly unsettling scene. The content creator explored a forest trail at night, an isolated area rumored to be home to strange beings. That's when he came across something that defies all explanation.
I don't know what's happening.
The surroundings were completely dark, deep in a forest where not even the light of the moon could penetrate. The slightest sound, like the crunch of leaves, was already chilling. In the midst of that stillness, the explorer continued on his way in silence. Suddenly, stealthy footsteps began to be heard right behind him. When he turned the camera, a strange white humanoid figure appeared running directly toward him. Faced with this sudden and terrifying encounter, the cameraman screamed and ran for his life, abruptly stopping the recording. This video quickly went viral, partly because the nature of this creature has sparked all kinds of theories. Some say it could be a zombie, a skywalker, or even a patient who escaped from a psychiatric facility. Other viewers, more skeptical, suggest that it might be a very well-made hoax. While it's true that this possibility can't be ruled out, the combination of a location that's both claustrophobic and symbolic, along with the creature's realistic movements as it attacks the cameraman, has terrified thousands of people. Could it be that this explorer really encountered an unknown entity that lives deep in the forest? As always, I'll leave that up to you. In this video from Phil's channel, the team sets out to explore the supposedly haunted Sunset House Theater, a place with a long history and a rather sinister reputation. As they move through the dimly lit hallways and empty seating areas, the atmosphere grows heavier with every step. Faint but unmistakable noises echo in the background, as if someone or something is moving just out of their line of sight to make everything even creepier. The electronic voice phenomenon meter starts to register spikes, reacting as if it's picking up invisible voices in the air. Let's check it out.
When we added the store, we also added the theater section.
This is new here in the SSC and one of the incarnations before we added the uses.
You could get killed!
This is outside.
Only at night in the dark. I want to go with masks, it's creepy. Is it my light that just went out?
No, it's probably mine.
No, my light just went out.
Here it went from 0.1 to 1.1 and I couldn't find an electrical reason for it to spike like that. And when I tried to find it again, it didn't do it.
Where did you see it? Where did it spike?
Right here.
Did it spike again?
It was strange how it spiked. So it was 1.1, and then when I tried to go back, I went like this to check. If there's something like up or down on the side and it's not doing it again. There's nothing back here. I don't think nope, not my watch. There's nothing here, and it went off like before. It left from there. Do you see it?
It went to 06.
Didn't you see the 1.1?
It must have dropped to 06.
How was it?
So it's because of this lightning bolt that it changed.
It could be my camera since it wasn't with you before.
No, it's not changing.
So it went to a point, I saw it drop and it reached 0.6, and then it went down.
If you look back, you probably said 1.1, but now it's 0.4. Because this became the second 0.
This is like...
Is that Roger?
That sudden spike in the VP meter, along with the unexplained noises echoing in the dark, empty theater, gives you goosebumps. You can see the team freeze for a moment, their eyes scanning the place as they try to figure out where the sounds are coming from. Every creak of the floor and faint distant knock feels amplified in the stillness. That it happened in a place already full of stories and ghosts makes it even more unsettling. And outside, whether it was a spirit trying to communicate or simply the haunted reputation of the theater playing tricks on them, one thing is certain. It was a moment that left everyone on edge, truly chilling. Now we're going to California, United States, where a woman named Savvy captured some chilling footage while driving at night with her partner on a lonely road. The dash cam in her car recorded something that left them breathless. In the middle of the road and completely in the dark, there was a human figure standing still. It didn't seem to have been there from the beginning, but rather appeared suddenly in the recording, as if it had slipped into the scene out of nowhere. Surprised and scared, they drove past screaming, but the most terrifying part was still ahead. When they checked the recording from the car's rear camera, they realized that the figure didn't appear in it. The person who was clearly visible on the camera simply didn't exist in the rear recording. This fact left them confused and frozen. 2. It turns out that the place where this video was recorded, California's Highway 17, is popularly known as the Highway of Death, and this is due to its high rate of accidents. For years, there have been numerous reports of drivers braking suddenly for no apparent reason, and testimonies of sightings of strange human-like shadows. Savvy, the driver, is convinced that what they saw is somehow related to the sinister reputation of the highway. She has requested opinions about this strange figure. A shadow that only a camera could see might be some kind of guide from the afterlife, visible only to those who are meant to witness it. What do you think? In Ohio City, United States, there is a building known by the locals as the Cursed School. Built in 1927 with a colossal investment for that time of $210,000, this school was once one of the largest and most modern. However, over time, the building became obsolete and finally closed its doors in 2006. Officially, there are no records of accidents or tragic events that could have cursed the school while it was in operation. However, it is said that disciplinary methods were used inside that would be unthinkable today. Physical punishment by teachers was a common occurrence, and there were even hidden rooms where the most problematic students were temporarily locked up. It's clear that this school had a very dark side. After it closed, the gloomy atmosphere of the abandoned building attracted many curious people, and reports of paranormal phenomena soon began to appear. The ghost of a little girl in the basement cafeteria, a white shadow in the third-floor hallway, and children's laughter echoing in the silence. People began to fear that the place, filled with negative energy, attracted spirits and demons, cementing its reputation as a haunted school. The paranormal investigation group Spirit Talkers, formed by Jake Genoa, decided to enter the abandoned school one night, intending to capture the rumored paranormal activity on camera. Upon entering, they found one of the hidden rooms that were used to punish students.
This is where they locked up misbehaving children.
After inspecting the room, they went to the basement. They set up a REMPOD, which detects changes in the electromagnetic field and alerts them to movement or nearby presences. As they set up the REMPOD and prepared another device, this happened.
Something touched my leg.
Are you serious?
I thought I had bumped into something, but there was nothing here.
It was right here, like poop on my head, and I thought that I
bumped into the wall, turned around, and saw nothing.
There's nothing it could have been, man.
Are you okay?
Wow, what just happened? Did you touch my leg? Can you touch that?
Yes, you just touched my foot.
Suddenly, Jake exclaims that something touched his leg, but there is absolutely nothing around him. And right at that moment, the REMPOD went off. Shortly after, they returned to the hidden room upstairs. As soon as they entered, they heard a loud crash in the distance.
Hey guys, let's...
What was that? What was that?
A sound like something big collapsed. Noah decided to stay in the room while Jake went to investigate the source of the noise. Jake went down to the basement again while he was trying to catch some paranormal reaction. Something terrifying happened.
Jake! Oh my God, Jake!
In the face of danger, Jake ran back to the hidden room with Noah, and they immediately called the police. They waited there, hidden, until the officers arrived. About 9 minutes later, the police arrived, and they were able to come out. After explaining the situation, the officers went into the building to investigate. The police searched the entire inside, but they didn't find anyone armed. However, they were about to experience firsthand the terror of that place. The camera that Jake and Noah left recording inside captured the audio of the encounter.
Oh, what was that?
Did you see that? No, man, did you see that? Did you see that thing move?
Was that a person?
No.
I wonder if I got it on camera.
Sheriff's office, if you're here, you need to make yourself known.
An officer, puzzled, tells his partner the strange shadow he saw wasn't human. When the two officers were heading to the exit, they heard another loud noise behind them.
We have to get out of here.
The police officers finally rushed out of the building.
No one is there, but something is.
And, according to their testimony, while they were inspecting the second floor, they heard footsteps. They saw a shadow cross the hallway and heard a loud noise behind them. They felt they couldn't stay there for another second and literally ran out. The agent's conclusion was clear. There's no one inside, but something definitely inhabits that place. Jake and Noah captured these phenomena, and even the police were terrified. Was this all the work of the spirits rumored to haunt this abandoned school? It seems that this dark place, filled with a grim history, has become a magnet for the paranormal. In this video, recorded in Saudi Arabia, an explorer ventures into what appears to be a huge abandoned mansion under the cover of night around midnight. At first, the place is eerily silent, but that calm doesn't last long. Soon, chilling noises begin to echo through the dark hallways, making it feel as if the very walls are alive. Doors and objects start to move forcefully, as if pushed by an invisible hand. The tension rises with every step, and although no one can say for sure what's behind it, some believe it could be the work of a supposed demon. Let's check it out.
What is this? What is this? What is it?
At the end of the exploration, the disturbing sounds and the energetic movement of the objects make it clear that something was in that mansion with him. Whether it was the wind, an intruder, or something much more supernatural, the sheer force behind those movements is hard to ignore. In a country where stories about demons are deeply rooted in the culture, this encounter feels even more chilling. Whatever it was, it made that huge empty mansion feel anything but empty. On February 20th, 2025, a mother was recording her son's balloon after seeing him do something that terrified her greatly. She records the balloon, hoping he'll do it again on camera. Watch the footage.
Oh my God. He's doing it again. He stopped.
For some reason, the balloon suddenly stops near the basement door. You might wonder, what's so scary about this balloon? After all, it seems to be doing normal balloon things. But according to Rachel, the mother, this balloon always ends up at the basement entrance and doesn't go in unless her son follows it inside. Unlike other cases where the balloon suddenly stops near the entrance, here it goes all the way inside, and it only does so when Rachel's son starts chasing it. Now it's possible that a draft could make the balloon move toward the basement, but that it would stop just a few feet from the basement. Even though they leave it open from time to time, it's definitely something strange. Whether it's upstairs or in the farthest corner of the house, it always follows the same path before somehow stopping at the same spot. This makes no sense to Rachel.
She stopped by the basement door again.
Now, these events wouldn't be the last since something happened recently. It was around 9:30 at night when this was captured.
Sightings. Sightings.
As if the previous incidents weren't creepy enough. Here's what happens. The balloon seems to head up the stairs directly toward Rachel without stopping, but when it reaches the top, it suddenly stops. Somehow, the balloon's natural buoyancy stops as if it defies physics. It simply doesn't move at all. Even the dogs in the background were unsettled by the strange event. It's clear to the family that something is not right with this balloon. They know that getting rid of it would be a good idea, but their son refuses to let them throw it away, so they keep it. After all, it will deflate over time and become useless in a few days. However, even though at first they think things will go well, something happens that quickly makes them change their minds. Only 1 or 2 days later, Rachel is alone at home in Case when she experiences something she considers the most disturbing thing she has ever seen, which is late at night when this was recorded. At the top of the stairs in the corner of the doorway, you can see a disembodied head. Initially, Rachel saw something, but didn't know what it was. However, after looking more closely, she manages to see exactly. There you can see what appears to be a forehead and a pair of eyes. If you slow down the video frame by frame, you'll notice the supposed face that she had seen. However, something about it has left Rachel and her husband immensely unsettled. Naturally, Rachel was shocked. If the globe hadn't convinced them that something was happening in their basement, this definitely did. Either there's someone or something in there. Considering everything that had happened before, they can't help but think that this was responsible for the strange behavior of that balloon. To them, it seems that the path the balloon always followed wasn't just due to physics, but to something else. Since then, Rachel has closed the basement and doesn't plan to open it anytime soon. Although there's no clear explanation yet, the mystery remains. What presence? What did Rachel and her family see in their house? Like the others, this video is still unsolved. Now is the time. You have only 5 seconds to subscribe and like this video. If you don't do it, this entity will visit you tonight. The following video comes from Elijah Carter, who works in the construction of a house that is being remodeled. He has been working in this house for some time now, and only just now realizes something about it that the owner never mentioned. There is a hidden basement in this house. Apparently, it was concealed behind a pile of drywall panels that no one had bothered to move until now. With no one else around on a non-work day, he explores the crawl space alone. But little does he know that this was a bad idea. This is what the man managed to capture. Watch the footage.
I came across something cool, and I think this house has something awesome. The reason I just founded this semi-basement is because of this lifting wall. The owner had a retaining wall that covered the semi-basement. That's not even the best part. And I want you to see this. So while I was here, I found this table, and I also found this extra space right here. You have a vent right there. I think I heard some footsteps. I can't be a squatter.
Damn!
What was supposed to be a short video for his Facebook group turns into a complete nightmare. You could hear footsteps on the floor even though no one was there. And the most disturbing thing of all was that you could hear the sound of someone talking and laughing from somewhere inside. But to make things even scarier, the basement door starts to open by itself. It's no wonder Lydia ran out of there at full speed. Apparently she wasn't alone. Now, if what she says is true, that there were no signs that anyone was there the next day at work, then the following question arises. What exactly did she encounter while she was inside this house? In this video, a girl plays in front of a display case as her mother records her from a distance, although it may appear to be a random recording. There is something in this moment that holds a special place in the heart of that mother, Amanda. The mother isn't recording a random cute moment. She's filming a heartfelt video of her daughter playing with her mother's urn. The display case contains the ashes of Amanda's mother, who had passed away just a month ago. And it was now that she saw her daughter talking to the urn inside. It's understandable that Amanda felt moved. While Amanda was recording, she noticed nothing unusual and only saw it later when reviewing the video. A dark silhouette that passed in front of the camera while her daughter played in the distance. For Amanda, this so-called apparition wasn't entirely new, as she sensed it was her mother. She took it as a sign from her mother letting her know that she's still there, even though she's physically gone. And although others think that something else was captured, she firmly believes that it was her mother. But I want to know what you think. What exactly did this camera capture? A man and his girlfriend spend the night at his aunt's house and hear a strange noise downstairs in this video. The scary thing is that at that moment there was no one else in the house. This is what was captured.
This is really crazy.
Cell phone? Yes, yes.
What's that noise? What's happening?
The man couldn't capture the noise with the camera. Before saying anything else, it's worth pointing out something in this video. The house itself. This Victorian house belongs to this man's aunt, who at that time was traveling abroad for a few days. While she was away, the man known as Isaac and his girlfriend stayed to take care of the house and her dog.
My aunt went abroad and asked me and my girlfriend to come take care of her house. There's a camera here. Hi, Aunt.
The only thing that's not outdated in this house is the security cameras everywhere. Even though Isaac's aunt isn't home, she still wants to keep an eye on the property. One night, while watching a camera, she noticed something strange. She immediately sends the recording to Isaac, who is completely frightened by what it captured. This was recorded while his girlfriend was in a room. It turns out that the noise was a draft affecting a door, but according to them, this one doesn't seem to be affected, since it closes differently. The door slides smoothly, as if someone closed it silently. Though this frightened them, it was nothing compared to what they experienced a few days later. Now, before showing this clip, it's worth noting that something common in this house is a broom that always falls by itself. It usually happens at night, and it always falls when it's in the dining room. One night, he waits patiently for the broom to fall again when suddenly this happens. Like many times before, the broom is on the floor. Even though it was initially placed upright against the wall, it seems to have fallen by itself, or so Isaac believes. He has been documenting every case of the broom falling, and not once had it occurred to him to check the house's security cameras until recently. When he checked, he could see how it keeps happening. So he tells his aunt to send him some recordings from specific dates from the camera inside the dining room, where you can see the same room. He checks each one and doesn't notice anything strange, but when he checks them again, he notices something in a video that leaves him more than scared. This is what he saw. Isaac and his girlfriend were left completely terrified when they saw this. Sure, the broom falling on its own is creepy, but this is straight out of a horror movie. A strange, dark figure peeks through the window before disappearing into thin air. The figure is only there for a moment and disappears when Isaac is present. But its disappearance isn't the creepiest part, because the couple says the figure looks like a child. If that's the case, the next video is even creepier. According to them, they may have found something that explains what they saw. Take a look.
Alright, we found something that could explain what happened last night.
These tiles belong to 2 children who lived here at some point.
They commemorated it, yes. They put it on a tile of this fireplace, and I swear this is the boy I saw.
They later learned these tiles honor those who have passed away. Here they want to remember the 2 children by the fireplace. However, neither the couple nor the aunt know who those children are. She only knows they lived in this house over a century ago, considering everything that's happened during her stay. The couple thinks they captured a ghost on camera, specifically one of the children. If that's the case, what was captured is pretty creepy. But as with all videos, you are the judge. Was it a ghost that the camera captured, or is there something that can explain all these events? Tell me what you think about it. The following video was posted by a Reddit user who writes that it was recorded in 2020. He didn't record the video, but his sister, who was in the hospital for unknown reasons, sent it to him. While she was there, she was waiting in the hallway where there didn't seem to be anyone else. She was all alone in that big empty hallway. Or at least that's what she thought, because as her family believes, she wasn't completely alone. In a video she posted in her family group chat, you can see something moving and peeking out at the end of the hallway. Take a look. After checking what was moving, she finds nothing. It's hard to say exactly what you can see here, but many viewers on Reddit believe it's something paranormal. Some can even make out a face or even a body, but it could also be a case of pareidolia. However, it's the fact that something moves that makes it quite strange. From seeing a lock of hair move by itself to the eerie hallway atmosphere, it's understandable to think that there's something paranormal. But as with all videos, I'll let you draw your own conclusions. 14 years old. Mark Doty visited a private school in Seattle to use the school's recording studio and record a new track. Mark sets up his camera in the hallway of the place and is about to record a vlog for his social media. However, for some reason, it just doesn't feel right and he's having trouble staying focused. In the end, he just gives up. Much later, Mark reviews the footage he recorded at school and what he sees gives him chills. This is the video.
Okay. I'm not doing it right. Okay. I can't see myself or no.
Have you seen it? If you have, leave your like. The creepy, translucent figure of a woman dressed in a long white dress. You can barely see her coming down the stairs, but when the figure suddenly turns, the corner becomes very visible. However, she then vanishes. Mark doesn't fully realize what's happening behind him, but for some reason he feels confused and very unfocused. It's worth noting that Mark uses his social media and YouTube channel solely for his music. This 14-year-old footage is the only video on his channel related to the paranormal. Hotel workers in Los Angeles, California noticed unusual events on the second floor. These strange incidents usually happen late at night.
All right, we're getting crazy calls from this room that's unoccupied on the second floor. Okay, keys, I think it's 2. Yeah, 226.
This is the phone.
Nobody calls. Everything is creepy.
A worker at the place says he has received frequent unexplained phone calls from an empty room on the second floor. He went to check it out, but he couldn't find any explanation for the strange calls. And the thing is, there's no one staying in that room. After carefully analyzing this video, I noticed something strange that neither the person who uploaded it nor their viewers seem to have noticed. I've isolated and enhanced the audio to make it easier to hear. Listen very carefully.
Why? 226.
Why? Why?
If you don't even know it, the hotel worker seems to have caught a creepy voice whispering "why" while walking down the hallway on the second floor. But that's not all the night staff at this place have caught on video. During a quiet night at work in the hotel, a girl named Brooke and her coworker decide to pass the time with a small and fun racing challenge. To do this, they place the phone in the hotel elevator on the third floor and try to run to the lobby to pick it up. But then things got a little weird. The elevator gets stuck on the supposedly haunted second floor, and the doors keep opening and closing for no reason. And strangely enough, another inexplicable voice seems to quietly say, "Hello?"
Hello? Hello?
Another night at the hotel, Brooke decides to record while she and her coworker are busy fixing furniture in one of the empty rooms on the second floor. The video was meant to be a random vlog showing what they do on a normal night at work. But when they look back at the footage, they find something that's pure nightmare fuel.
I feel bad.
I'm scared.
I mean, I feel bad, but I don't feel bad.
Don't do that.
It's terrible. I'm going to clean up quickly. I don't know.
So my sister graduated, and I've been asking her all weekend.
What do you want to discuss? The mirror's placement?
Yes, let's do our job.
Okay.
Well, chat, where should the mirror go? In this corner? Or in this corner?
Have you seen it? For a moment, you see a dark figure in the opposite corner, eerily watching the two young men work. But when they turn the camera to where the dark figure stood, nothing is there. So, is this Los Angeles hotel haunted, or is it just a well-crafted hoax? You decide. One afternoon, two teenagers meet in the woods near their home. They are photographing a red rose in the woods for a school art project. Suddenly, they hear something strange from the nearby woods. They get a bit scared, and one girl records this unsettling video on her phone.
What if I scream to scare the demons away?
They're going to mimic your scream. They still don't scare me. Maybe they're a group of kids trying to summon demons. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Yes. The more you listen, the less scary it becomes.
Oh, run, run!
I think it's a...
Is that what hyenas sound like?
No.
The two girls hear strange screams coming from somewhere nearby in the forest, but the two teenagers, apparently afraid of demons and hyenas, are quite scared, so they decide to hurry back home. One of the girls tells her mother what happened to her, and she wisely decides to call the police immediately. The local authorities arrived and searched the area, and in a tragic turn of events, they found a woman in the forest, screaming desperately, asking for help. The woman's husband suddenly lost consciousness and died quickly in the forest. The woman cried and called for help, but hours passed before anyone arrived. Sadly, nothing could have been done for the man, even if the call came earlier. But this very sad story is a good reminder that scary sounds aren't always something to be afraid of. Alerting authorities could save a life. One night around 10 o'clock at a discount store in California, Ruthney, the store manager, is busy processing inventory in the warehouse. The man is completely alone when something happens that gives him chills.
Please focus on this area. Okay. Let me get closer. Okay, look. Boom, did you see that?
Suddenly, and for no reason, a box falls from the highest shelf in the warehouse with a loud crash, and this obviously scares Ruthney. But while he's checking the store's security camera footage to show what happened, he suddenly hears a strange sound coming from somewhere inside. He goes to investigate, and that's when things get really creepy.
Is that you? Look. I'm alone. Nobody's here. Just me. Did you see it yet? I'm not afraid of you.
Is that you? Who knocked over the box earlier? Get out. You don't scare me. Get out! He's trying to mess with me.
Ruthney looks around the store to find the source of the strange sound when suddenly he feels a strange tug on his hair, almost as if something is touching him. The man reviews the store's security cameras and is horrified by what he sees.
Look, I'm right here. Did you see that? Did you see it? No.
It looks like something pulled Ruthney's hair. The man posted the video to show what had happened to him, but he chose to keep his identity and the location of his store a secret.
I didn't want people to think this store was haunted. I showed my store, some odd things happened, I recorded a video, and that's all.
So is this a real paranormal encounter or not? As always, I leave it up to you to decide.